Erikson's seventh stage in his theory is generativity versus stagnation, and this is happening in the middle adulthood stage of a lifespan. And the challenge for these middle-aged adults is the nurturing the young and making contributions to society through their work and their family and their community activities. And failing to meet these challenges lead to self-indulgence and a sense of stagnation. And what that basically means is that after the birds leave the nest, they're wanting to fulfill that need of being wanted. I know my mother, she is back at work doing something she loves. She's working at a very well-known coffee shop in my hometown. And she's cooking and learning how to make lattes and all these beautiful things. And she's creating a sense of worth and a sense of neediness. And what she's doing is fulfilling that missing piece that she feels simply because I'm not at home anymore. I've fled the nest and I've moved on into my life as an adult, and I'm doing my own thing. And for my mom, it's definitely been hard for her. So her being able to go back and do something she truly loves to do is really beautiful and beautiful to watch. And for my dad, he also went back to doing something else. He got his realtor license a couple months ago. So he's also doing that to get out of retirement. My dad actually retired a little early. And so he's out of retirement, selling homes and doing something new and fun, as well as definitely playing a lot of golf. So my dad does a lot of golf, which is always really rewarding for him because he does have a good handicap. So that's pretty interesting. But my dad does the same thing of fulfilling that need and that want of being wanted. And my grandparents have definitely done things of that nature too. My grandparents have been giving back. They volunteer regularly, and they are really involved in the community that they live. They actually live in the same community I grew up in, where my mom and my dad still both live to this day, which is kind of weird. But hey, things happen that way. But it's definitely shown, even though I'm not in this stage myself, my parents and my grandparents are really, really well known for helping each other out and helping out the community and being involved and doing what's right, because it gives them a sense of self-worth, which is really important, especially in that stage where you're getting closer to the end of a late adulthood and getting closer to the realization that your time's almost over, and creating that sense of worth and that sense of neededness is really important to keep you going and to keep you happy and to keep your mental stabilized and on track, which essentially creates a better end for your life and creates a lot of happiness, which is really cool. And my grandparents, going into stage 8, which we'll talk about in a second, they've done even since early adulthood into middle adulthood. My grandma's always been really, really involved. She was a literature teacher, so she taught classes and was involved in the school in her middle adulthood, which is really cool to see. And my poppy, he's always loved to help. He's the sweetest soul I've ever met. So it's really cool to have these people to look up to who want better, especially with my parents, and seeing them overcome obstacles, especially from the earlier stages in my life until now. Seeing that growth in that middle adulthood just shows you that you can overcome things, and you can go back to stages and face those things that you didn't get to face when you were supposed to, and really just create a new life for yourself.